Overview of New Features, Part 1. So what we're going to do over these next 3 tutorials is cover a lot of the new features that have been introduced in FL Studio 8. Let's start with some of the basic engine interface items from FL Studio, and by that I mean things that aren't new plugins, things that aren't new instruments or generators, etc. And so this is really just the core of FL Studio software. Okay. There's been a number of interface things which I'm not going to cover. I should say that up front, because if, for instance, they found a way to have some more information up here in the hover help bar, that may not be as critical as some of the other things I'm going to point out. So while there's a full list in the help file in the documentation for FL Studio, I'm going to focus on some of the more important things and show you or demonstrate those so you know what they're talking about and give you a little idea of what's useful about these new things. Because there are a number of things that are completely useful and very powerful additions into FL Studio. So for instance, let's start with recording. So if we go to record, it's going to bring up this new menu. This menu is pretty cool because what it does is it allows you to filter out different things you want to record. So you can choose audio into the Edison Audio Recorder editor, audio into the playlist as an audio clip, automation and score. So this is not going to record any audio, it's just going to record MIDI data and automation data, everything, or show me some more help. And then you can also choose not to do this in the future. Show me some more help brings you to here so you can get some more information. So great new system. Really powerful in terms of allowing you to set up what you want to record so you're not doing too much. And gives you a choice here to go right into the audio editor Edison or into the playlist. So that's 2 options to record. Now, if you're a little bit vague on what some of these things mean, definitely check out some of the other sections where we record in this course, and also check out the FL Studio 7 course where we talk a lot more about the Edison and the playlist as well in terms of defining what they are and how to use them. Okay, so there's that. We also have a new view up here in the monitor section. Let's push play. I'm going to switch between the waveform view and the actual spectrum view, which is new. Turn off record. So that shows you frequency content rather than just the waveform. So a little bit more useful view there. So there's a lot of little tweaks like this which are going to add some functionality. And I think that that one is actually fairly significant because it gives you a sense of where all your frequencies are without having to have anything else open. Okay, another thing that we have now is Ogg Vorbis rendering. That's a file format type. Let me show you where that is. If we go in here and we say export, and we can go to Ogg file, give it a name, and it is now included in the output formats. This is an open source compressed audio format, kind of like MP3, but a lot of people are using it now in replacement of that because it sounds really good. And it's kind of one of those things that's not made by a major corporation. It's made by a group of people who are really passionate about it. So definitely a little bit different thing going on there. It's pretty nice that you can have the option to use that instead of just MP3 or WAV or MIDI. So expanding our export formats as well is a big deal. Also, some of the different various plugins also support the .ogg format. So you can actually import them to use them in some of those as well, some of the FL Studio ones. So that's in correlation with being able to export to Ogg Vorbis. It's nice to be able to use some of those files inside some of the plugins. Okay, so this is a good introduction. A couple of the features about this. I'm going to split this up in nice chunks instead of doing tons and tons all at once. So let's move on to part 2 where we can cover some more.